Welcome to our channel. The information on this channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed here are that of our own and do not reflect any parties or enterprises that may be mentioned. The creator is not responsible for any damages resulting from the use of this information. Why do we say that? Because this channel will be made into potentially a controversy. We will be assessing a lot of conspiracy theories, UFO sightings, paranormal research,
Unpopular opinions.
that too. So that kind of covers all the bases. So if there's a oopsie daisy of a place mentioned, that it can't come back on us. So that is us. So uh, this is my wife, and we decided to do this YouTube channel as a hobby, and if it develops into something awesome. So, what is your background and interest on UFOs, my dear?
Put on the spot first. Okay. Well, I've been an X-Files fan since I was a young kid, so ever since it came out in like '93, I was hooked. Still am. It has been my ringtone ever since I had a phone. I'm okay with that. Don't judge me. um, I've had some experiences with the paranormal firsthand, and I'm a big fan of ghost hunting and anything supernatural. I have an open mind, and I have also experienced some supernatural things at work. My background is in law enforcement, and there's some interesting things that have occurred that are unexplainable, and things that we'll be discussing here on this channel. And my husband and I love to explore, and we're going to be discussing some things that we've done together, separately, and hope to tag you guys along. So thanks for being here. And by the way, I'm Anna.
And I'm Joel, and I have over 19 years in the military. Grew up in a haunted house. Where I'm from is very, very active as far as paranormal for ghosts, and it was very common when I was in high school to have houses that, hey, there's some weird stuff going on, I can't explain it type thing. So that's kind of what got me into it, on top of X-Files and Supernatural and all that fun stuff. And as I went through my career in the military, I saw a lot of strange things out and about. So that definitely broadened my using horizons for the paranormal world, and we'll discuss that as the channel continues. So today we will be talking about the in recent news, the El Paso lights and the weather balloons or the party balloons that appeared after 10 days of FAA shutdown of airspace. I mean, if that doesn't ring any red flags and alarms, I don't know what will, because it used to be weather balloons and swamp gas, and now it's party balloons from Mexico, even though it was UAPs with strange lights, which had red and green navigational lights and also purple and orange lights, which we saw a few months ago when we visited
September.
September.
Yeah. Like mid-September, we visited
Lake Gloom, at Area 51. So, and we will be talking about our story there, and we have a few pictures and videos and stuff like that of what we experienced, along with just really strange uh, things that occurred on the way back, I would say, and when we got there too. So, uh, kind of what starts the story is we were driving there, and for those that have been there, it is a very desolate and long, what, an hour?
to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
80 miles.
Yeah, it was like 80
miles.
miles in the middle of nowhere. You hit a gas station, and then it's 80 miles
To a destination.
to a destination, and you take a left, and it's forever. It takes forever to get there. And it's pitch black. There's nothing out there.
No lights, no nothing. Just a beautiful open sky.
So when we were heading out there, we had noticed there was strange lights in the sky. So we pulled
It
over,
looks
got out
like
the
Is
camera,
that?
started taking pictures,
it looks
and
like
so we got a pretty
on
couple,
the sides of it,
pretty
it
interesting
has
couple of
lights.
small
Yeah, super weird.
strange lights, like
So
I
the
said.
weird thing is on my
But strange
zoomy thing,
lights, they were
normally
like,
when
which we both saw
I can
separately
zoom
because you were driving
to into the
and I
moon
was
and
in the
stuff like
passenger
that,
seat and I was looking
on
out
the little
the
zoomy window there's
window.
nothing.
So
So
we
I'm
saw
getting
the same
orange, red,
thing
green, all sorts of
separately. So
colors.
like the lights were like flashes, like lightning, I
Hmm.
would say, and it was
Yes,
green,
yeah.
green, weird lights.
Before we saw the floating crafts in the sky, it looked like we thought it was lightning. You know, we saw it looked like there was lightning strikes on the mountain, and that's when we noticed the strange lights in the sky that were floating. It was not an airplane, as you'll see in the video. It has a bunch of different colors, not just your typical navigational lights of green and red,
And stationary.
and stationary. So that was very strange. So as we continued, uh, there was it was like a small, I want to say like a, not even an RV park. What would you say that was? Just a small shop that we found. And so we go there, and the vibe was just weird. Like, we walked in, and there was two people sitting at the bar, and they immediately stopped talking. And then, which this would be I guess normal if it was a small town or something like that where they don't get a lot of outsiders.
Well, I guess
But
it is.
yeah, kind of. But it was like a known
It's
like
a
tourist trap.
yeah,
I
a
should say.
known
Yeah.
tourist trap. So if you have been to the area or are a fan of the paranormal, aliens, UFOs, all those type of things, you pretty much know what we're talking
Yeah.
about. This place, um, tourist trap. I
Mm.
would say you would also get collector's items there. So
Mm.
do your own research.
the the strange thing about this place was it is it's not like the alien super center that they have, I guess, on your way to Las Vegas and stuff like that. That place is huge, and it's like almost a mall, and they have a bunch of alien stuff, whatever. This was not like that. This was like, if you want to think about, if you have seen pictures or videos of like North Korea and their shops, which aren't really, they're there, but they're not really there. That's what
Korea.
this felt like. It was weird. We walked in there, we looked at a couple shirts, but it was like the shirts were few and far between. Like, it was there to be there for tourists, but it was like it wasn't enough that I really have enough inventory, I guess, to really have any sales
Not all the
factor to it.
sizes. There's
Yeah.
only like specific sizes, like 3X,
Yeah.
like big boys and
It was,
girls.
it was
No
weird.
judgment. We love everybody. It's just weird, when you go to a store with lots of different items that you'd like to purchase clothing. There would be multiple sizes, and this was like it was catered either to a certain size or it was very out of place. Like it was
Mhm.
fake
Yeah.
to make it look like a store.
So we ended up buying a couple door hangers or whatever, nothing serious. And I think a tank top. And
We managed to find yourself.
yes, we did. The elusive large. But so as we're checking out, even the clerk seemed very off. Like, we had, we're trying making general conversation. Like, oh, how long have you been here?
Oh, let me interrupt.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So when he mentioned that when we just walked in to this place, there were actually 3 people there.
Mhm.
So it was the clerk that we spoke to later that he's going to get into, and then there was like these 2 other gentlemen. One had a dog. The gentleman with the dog left as soon as we were coming in, and there was one more gentleman still there, sitting on a bar stool. It looked like a bar stool, and stoic. and he was just facing forward. And as we were walking around this store, um, he didn't move. He just kept looking forward. He didn't say, "What happened?" Oh, ah, we're new at this. We're very green, no pun intended. So yeah, he was just looking forward and not moving, and it was just really, really weird. And we'll get into that a little bit more after we get into speaking with the store clerk.
Yeah, so as we as we were speaking to him and we were making small conversation about where how long he'd been there and everything, and he said, I've I've been here 7 years. Wasn't it 7 years? Something like
Yeah,
that? Yeah.
7 years, and kind of left it at that. Very short, which is weird because usually when people give a certain time frame, they go like, "Oh, I'm from whatever state, and I moved here because I'm into the whole UFO culture, and I wanted to work here." They tell usually normally normal people is the word.
Mm.
They say a little bit more about themselves, and instead of just like leaving it at that. And it was very like a weird conversation that just did not flow.
Yeah. What was strange was after that he had mentioned just it was just weird. Like the energy was just he's asking where we're from and all stuff like that, and it felt like a predator eyeing somebody, if that makes sense. Like how if you're hiking, for example, and you've ever come across a mountain lion or something like that, that's how it felt.
Very eerie.
So when I mentioned how how because we talked about how, oh yeah, we saw this in the sky on the way here, and he said, oh yeah, those lights are normal, we see those all the time. Kind of a weird vibe. Well, I'd also mentioned from my military experience and history how I've seen strange lights and stuff in the water, coming out of the water and stuff. And the moment I mentioned that, the vibe shifted. It was like
He backed off.
he backed off. It was a weird. It was like a oh type thing, and it was
Like like if something should happen to
yeah.
you, um, they will come looking.
Yeah, yeah, and I even mentioned that on the drive back. How I mentioned I was like I think it's because I would be looked for. It'd be last known location. They'd look for me if I'd vanished for a second or whatever. So after that, we left, and there was a couple that had a RV or camping next to a fire, and it was just once again it seemed like
Pieces that don't belong.
yes, it was like, oh look, there's people there. This is normal, but it did not feel normal. If that makes sense, like it felt
Felt
like
fake.
everything was pre-fixed and set there in
To make it
a yeah.
look like this is normal,
Mhm.
and it was all almost like a setup.
Manufactured. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the word I was looking
So
for.
we end up leaving, and when we were leaving, we were followed for a pretty extent amount of time, which was weird because there was no cars anywhere on that entire road, and
And like you said, it takes
mhm,
80 miles to get to the next gas station,
yes,
and there are no other cars
mhm,
there. There's nothing and no one, and we are not in a SUV,
yeah,
and it's kind of like a dirt road too.
yeah,
You don't see where you're going. I mean, just like the headlights in front of you, but like on the sides of you, just pitch darkness.
mm.
And there was somebody following us for quite some time, and it was a little scary, I would say.
The other strange thing too was how we had oh
Um, why I brought up like the sizes of like these shirts. So when we were exiting, um, There was just like missing persons
Oh, that's right.
photos of a particular size of people. And these are just the sizes that are in the store.
Yeah.
This store that's not really a store. So it was just these little incidents. Oh, and back to that man. So as we were exiting, that man that was still sitting there looking straight ahead hadn't moved the entire time that we were in the store. We were in the store, I would say, like, I don't know, like 20 minutes? Something like that. And he did not move. He did not turn around. He did not face us. He didn't move at all. So we came in, we looked around, we browsed, we spoke to the clerk. That was weird, like a fake person, I don't know. And this guy was just sitting there facing forward, um, hadn't moved. And as we were exiting, like I looked back, the store clerk was just busy doing something. I don't know what he was doing, but I looked at the guy, and he was still sitting in his stool. And you know, when you're sitting on a stool, you move around, or um, it still makes a sound. He hadn't moved at all.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that, but that's just not normal behavior. I've never seen that before.
Yeah. The other strange thing too is how just he said that, mind you, we got there. It's like what 9, 10 o'clock at night or something. It's late.
He was late.
So this is not a regular military base. Obviously, it's top secret squirrel type stuff. So he had said, "Oh yeah, why don't you drive up to the gate?" Which you can, you absolutely can. You just gotta be respectful because they got guns and they'll shoot you and all that fun stuff. So you can take a picture of the gate, but not them. However, that's during a daytime situation. Okay, that none of the roads to this base are paved. None of them. It's all back dirt roads. My car's not made for that, and it's pitch black. So I said, "Oh yeah, it's the car's not really made for that, man. So I appreciate it. But we're gonna start heading back, or whatever."
He was kind of pushy too.
He was very pushy, which is weird. Like it's like my wife said earlier, the conversation did not flow how a normal person would flow. It was robotic. It was like if you're playing a video game and you're talking to an NPC type thing. It was weird. Because a normal person would be like, "Oh, you've seen weird stuff. I've seen this weird stuff too." It's going to flow back and forth because there's a natural topic relationship you have. That's a normal response. This was not it. Not to mention the place where the I think the town said it has 200 people living there or whatever. This place is in the middle of nowhere. It's 80 miles from Vegas or so, like 2 hours or something like that. It's a ways, and then it's about an hour, 2 hours from the other town. Okay, so this road's in the middle of nowhere. So how do they get supplies? How do they get food, water? How do they make their living? Anything like that? Very, very weird than just being, oh, they're UFO enthusiasts.
And where are the houses?
And where are the houses? If there's
no
200 people living there, I mean, if you look on the map, there are houses there of some type, but there's not 200 people worth. That's a lot. 200 people is it's quite a bit. You'd have to have silos, yeah. So my opinion is it is definitely some sort of a hiding in plain sight, right? So not gonna have a top secret squirrel base there and not have a set up tourist trap. Because that way, if people go there and there's nothing there, they're gonna hang around, right? Because they're gonna expect the unexpected type thing. But if you have oh look, there's nothing weird here. Look, we have an RV lot. We have a small shop that you can buy stuff at. Here, have a drink. Everything's normal. It's weird. It's like it's manufactured and set up.
And there's some cool little attractions in front of it that you could, take your little photo ops with.
Yeah.
So we had a good time with that. And then just things were bizarre
Yeah.
once we entered.
And if
The
and
whole
if
vibe.
And if anyone studies history, they definitely know the government loves to do the sleight of hand trick. So, I will never know for certain if it is a legit place or not, but who knows? That is our experience there. So,
But I've read that it has been around for many, many years, I think decades.
mhm,
So go there for yourself and check it out. And I'm sure a lot of people know what we're talking about.
yeah,
It's very popular. Um, that was just our experience.
mhm,
And just still thinking back on it, it's still very fresh and it's weird.
mhm,
And I have experienced weird things like this, but this was more like not human.
yes. So, getting into, I guess, now current events. So after we left that place,
Mm.
I thought it was weird. What, a couple days later, maybe a
Two
week later,
days later. No, 2 days later.
2 days later, that entire road, which I do have screenshots of the article and whatnot, um, that entire road was shut down due to a uh, was it a
What kind of activity
it was
was
some
going
some
on?
type of activity or an aircraft went down or something like that. There's some going on where they had the entire area was completely shut down.
They never really said
Yeah,
why it was shut down, but
yeah.
that road leading to where we were,
Hmm.
and then leading further where that gentleman, whatever that thing, wanted us to go to, that was shut down.
Yep.
Literally 2 days after we visited that place.
Yeah. So then, proceeding to now, in the latest El Paso incident, where the airspace was shut down for 10 days because of, and there's quite a few pictures and videos of it, of strange lights, UAPs once again in the sky, and it appears to be, to me, it appears to be a stealth giant aircraft with navigational lights, uh, based on my years in the military and all that fun stuff. Looking at what's red and green, all that stuff like that. Those are navigational lights because for those that don't know, you want your green to pass green and stuff like that, so the left side is the green side and all that stuff like that, and your right side is your red light side, and that tells any vessel or aircraft that in the pitch black, hey, there's something in between there. Don't hit me. Go green to green. That's the basis of that. So it's weird that the airspace was shut down after those lights were visible, and they said, "Oh, it was the party balloons. We were testing our laser weapons on these balloons, of course. Um,
It's always balloons, right?
it's always balloons, right? Yeah, it's always swamp
What's
gas and
the
balloons. Yeah,
easiest thing to say?
I don't believe that 1 minute. I'm not saying it's aliens or anything like that. I do believe in extraterrestrial beings, but I don't think that they're here all the time. I think we are just they come visit us, give us a little bit of technology, a little taste of it, and then they see what we do with it.
And also, it's a lot of reverse
Yeah,
engineering
not reverse
that
engineering.
has been going on for decades,
Yeah.
since the Cold War and all of that. And, that's documented. Um, and, we both follow like a lot of interesting scientists who are in the know with this information, and it's out there. The truth is out there. It's Mulder. I'm the Mulder. He's Scully. But yeah, it's a lot, but it's very strange, this El Paso incident, and it just correlates to what we were talking about, how the airspace and the roads and all of that was shut down. Something happened unexplainable, and I love how they post, and by they I mean government, self-government, who knows, in the news, little blurbs here and there to just see, we told you, um, but what's coming next, full disclosure sometime,
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, there's this new movie coming out with by Steven Spielberg. I'm looking forward to seeing that, about disclosure.
Hmm.
I think there's more to come. with what we can expect from our government, our sub-government.
Yeah, there's been lots of weird sightings all over the place. The same similar type stuff. So.
But yeah, this is a little taste of what our channel is going to be about. Not just UFOs, it's witches and demons and all types of creatures with personal experiences too, and lore and intermingling with all of that. So hopefully you guys subscribe. And this is our first channel, first channel for sure, first recording. Um, Hopefully this picks up, and we'll continue doing this. I think it's fun.
Mm.
Weird seeing myself on the screen,
All right. Well, y'all continue out there and be safe. Like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all later.